is Algebra 1, 1.5 notes, graphing and solving inequalities. Okay? Does everybody have that? Help if I put it up on the board, wouldn't it? You wait. That better? There we go. Okay. So, inequality signs. This means greater than. Greater than. Sometimes this thing acts funny, so I'm going to have to close this window out and do it again. And now it'll work. Okay, this is greater than. This is greater than or equal to. This is less than. And this is, hold it, they reversed this on me. This is less than or equal to, my bad. You see how the arrow always points towards the less than. This is less than or equal to. This is just less than, and then this is, I don't know why they didn't line them up the same. This is greater than or equal to. Sorry about that. Okay? So greater than, less than or equal to, less than, greater than or equal to. When graphing on a number line, greater and less than, the circle will be open. So x is greater than 3. If I graph this on the number line, I like to put 0. I go to 3, and I have an open circle. Open. And greater than tells me that which way the number is going to be greater than 3. To the right or to the left? To the left or to the right? To the right. So it'll go that direction. Also, if your variable's to the left of the inequality, this thing tells you the direction it's going. If the variable's to the left, see that arrow's going to the right, that tells you the direction your arrow's going to go. Does that make sense? As long as you have the variable on the left. So if this doesn't have an equal sign, you're going to have an open circle. Okay? When graphing on a number line less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, the circle will be closed. Closed. So when I go to graph this one, x is less than or equal to 4. Again, I like to always put 0 in there so you understand. So I know that you understand that 4 is to the right of 0 on the number line, correct? Now we're going to have a closed circle at 4. Why? Because it's got an equal sign. And which way is the arrow going to go? Where are the numbers less than 4 at? To the left of 4 or to the right of 4? To the left. So then it'll go this way. There's the graph. So if you see an equal sign, you're going to have a closed circle. If it doesn't have an equal sign, you're going to have an open circle. That means non-included. This one means 4 is included in the solution. So let's graph x is greater than 3. 0, 3. Open or closed circle at 3? Open. Which way is it going to point? Where are the numbers greater than 3? This way or this way? To the right. Here's how you check it. Give me a number over here that works. That's to the right at 6. Put it in right there. Is 6 greater than 3? So you got to go on the right way. Does that make sense? Correct? X is less than or equal to 4. 0, 4. Closed or open circle? Closed. And the numbers going to the left are going to be left than, or less than, correct? All right? Just take the box over there with you. Okay? Making sense? Pick a number. Is 0, plug in 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 4? So it's not? Yeah, so we got the arrow going the right way. This next one, open or closed circle at 6. Open, because it doesn't have an equal sign. Less than, which way is the arrow going to go, left or right? Left. It's going to go this way. X is less than or equal to -5. 0 is going to be here now, isn't it? Correct? Closed circle or open circle at -5? Closed. Where are the numbers less than -5 at? To the left or to the right? To the left. All the numbers going this way get smaller on the number line, correct? So it's going to go this way. X is greater than 6. 0, 6. Open or closed circle at 6. Open. Which way is the arrow going to go? To the right or to the left? To the right, because all the numbers are going to be greater than 6 that direction. Pick a number out here and let's check it. Give me a number. 8. Is 8 greater than 6? So we got it going the right direction. So if we had it going the other way and we would have picked a number going the other direction, it wouldn't have been greater than 6, would it? So you knew you had it going the wrong way. Okay, this one here, y is less than or equal to 10. -10, excuse me. Open or closed circle? Closed. Which way is the arrow going to go? To the left. Okay? B is, see they have B going the other direction now, don't they? Does everybody see that? So, I'm going to go 0 here, 8, closed or open circle? Closed. Correct? And it says B is less than 8. So where are the numbers? I like to do this. I'm going to rewrite it. That's just me. So which way is the arrow going to go, left or right? Left, because that's which way it's pointed, see? Correct? See why I do that? Because when I have the variable to the left in inequality, it tells me the direction it's going, doesn't it? Correct? Which way is this arrow going, left or right? Left, so it goes left. That makes sense? This one here, again, I'm going to switch it around. Correct? 0 here, -4 is to the left of 0. Open or closed circle at -4? Open, because it doesn't have an equal sign, correct? Okay, which way is the arrow going to go? To the right or to the left? To the right. And there you go. Okay, now they want you to take a graph and write the inequality. Okay? Okay, this is going to be x is what? Greater than -5 or less than -5? Greater than -5. Why do I not have an equal sign? Because it has what kind of a circle? Open. Pick a number. Pick a number over here and see if it works. Plug in 0. Is 0 greater than -5? Yes. Pick another number, -2. Is -2 greater than -5? Yep. This one here. This time, x is going to be what? Less than or equal to, because it's got what kind of a circle? Closed. Pick a number, -7. Is -7 less than or equal to -5? Yep. Okay. Number 11. This one here is going to be x is what? Which way is the arrow going? Left. X is going to be less than 3, isn't it? Why don't I put an equal sign? Open circle. This time we have x is what? Which way is the arrow going to go? Towards the which way? That's right. Greater than or equal to -8. Solving inequalities, you solve them the same way that you do equations, except for one little nuance. when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must reverse the inequality symbol. So the only different thing about solving inequalities relative to equations, when you multiply or divide by a negative, you must reverse the inequality. Okay, and I'll do an example of that. Okay, we're solving an equation here. What would you do to solve this? Minus 2, agreed? Correct? So we get 5x is less than or equal to 17 minus 2 is 15, correct? Now what do I do? Divide by 5. So x is less than or equal to what? 3. So there's your inequality. Now let's graph it. 0, 3. Open or close circle at 3. Closed. Which way is the arrow going to go? To the left. Is this making sense? Is this making sense or not? Yeah. Did I divide by a negative? I subtracted. That's a great question. Great question, Simon. If you subtract, you don't reverse inequality. Only if you multiply or divide. Okay? That's awesome. Look at the next one. I think that's when we're going to have to do reverse, aren't we? Correct? Okay, what are we going to do to solve this one? Add 14. So we get negative 2x is less than or equal to 100. Now what do we have to do to both sides? Divide by what? Negative 2. Now is when we reverse the inequality. So x is greater than or equal to negative 50. I reversed the inequality. It was less than or equal to. Now it's what? Greater than or equal to. Okay? So 0 here, negative 50 here, we'll say. Open or close circle? Closed. Which way is the arrow going to go? To the right. This making sense? Okay, number 3. What are we going to do to solve this one? Add 5. Then what are we going to do? Divide by 2. Do I reverse the inequality? No, because I did not divide by a what? Negative. So 0, 3. Open or close circle? Open. And which way is the arrow going to go? Which way is this one pointed? To the right. And there we go. Samir, you got to follow along, bud. You got to follow along with me. You got to stay locked in. Okay, what are we going to do first on this one here? Yeah, we could do that, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add 11 first. Okay? We could multiply everything by 5. I'm just going to go ahead and add 11. If it's with the variable, I would just isolate first. So I get x over 5 is greater than or equal to, what is that? Negative 14 plus 11 is negative 3, correct? Agreed? Now, what's 5 doing to x? What operation? So then multiply both sides by 5. So that gives me x is greater than or equal to negative 15. So 0 here, negative 15 here. Open or close circle? Closed. Going to the left. Nope. It's going which way? To the right. Yeah. You guys caught me. I made a mistake. It's going to go to the right. Okay. What about 5? What am I going to do first to solve this? Subtract 15. How do you know whether to subtract is what sign's in front of the 15 there? Positive. So you do the exact opposite. Those cancel. So now we have negative 5x is greater than or equal to negative 15. Now what do I do? Divide by what? Negative 5. So now what do I have to do to the inequality? I have to reverse it. Correct? Because I'm dividing by a negative. So, 0, 3, open or closed circle? Closed. Which way is the arrow going to go? To the left. Kids, I like to do this. You don't have to. I'm going to switch these around. I like to have my variable on the left side. You guys see what I did there? You don't have to. But when I have my variable to the left in inequality, it'll give me the direction that things are going to go. Does that make sense? You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay? Everybody see what I did there? Okay? So what am I going to do here to solve this one? Subtract what? 8. Cancel, cancel. What is that? 42, is that right? Then what am I going to do next? Divide by 6. So I get x is greater than what? 7. So 0 here, 7 here. Open or close circle? Open. And then that tells you right now, since the x is to the left of the inequality, it tells you which way is the arrow going to go. To the right. You guys like my little method there? That's just one thing that you won't make a mistake on. Is this making sense? Huh? Okay. All right, one page. Okay, so what do we have to do first on this number 7? We have to distribute. Correct? We distribute. So that gives me negative 6x minus 6 is less than 10, correct? And what are we going to do next? Add 6. So we have negative 6x is less than 16. Then what do we do next? Divide by what? Negative 6, correct? What do I have to do in the inequality? I have to flip it, don't I? Now, I know I'm going to get a negative, right? I can reduce that down to what? 8/3, which is what? X is greater than negative 2 2/3, is that right? Why did I use negative 2 2/3 instead of negative 8/3? Anybody have any idea? Pardon me? Why would I write it like this? Even though I'd rather you write it like this. Pardon me? Yeah, it's a repeating decimal, but it gives me a little more relativity where it's at on the graph, right? Negative 8/3, a lot of times kids don't know where that negative 2 2/3 is close to negative 3, isn't it? Correct? So I've got 0, negative 8/3, and which way is the arrow going? Open circle, which way is it going? To the right. Okay? This one here, I like to get all the variables on one side. Okay? So I first like to do the x's. So how am I going to get this 5x over here? How am I going to get 5x over here? What sign's in front of it? Plus, so I'm going to minus. So that gives me negative 3x minus 5 is less than negative 22. Then what do I do? Add 5. So that gives me, whoops, negative 3x is less than negative 17. and I divide by -3, so I get x is greater than, I have to reverse inequality because I divided by positive 17/3. Why is it positive? Two negatives give me a positive. Now what's 17/3 as a decimal? It's going to be repeating, right? What do you get? 5 2/3? Why do I'd rather you write it like this, but I put it like this so I kind of know where it's at on the number line. Does that make sense? Right? So 0's here, 17/3 is about here. Open or close circle? Open, because it doesn't have an equal sign. And which way is the arrow going? Right or left? Right. And there we go. Okay, this one here, what are we going to do? I guess subtract 1.5, don't I, x? And that give me 2x. Correct? Now what am I going to do? Do what? Add what sign's in front of 19? So I'm going to subtract 19, correct? Those cancel, so I have 2x is greater than -26. Now what do I do? Divide by 2. Do I reverse inequality? Huh? No, because I'm dividing by a positive. So I've got 0, -13. Open or close circle at -13? Open, correct? Open. That means non-included. And which way is the arrow going? To the right. Okay? Okay, what have we learned about? We've got a fraction here. What are we going to multiply both sides by? To get rid of the fraction. -4, correct? -4. And when you do that, these cancel and leave me 7x minus 3 is greater than -24. I have to reverse inequality because I multiplied both sides by a what? By a negative, correct? Now, what am I going to do here? Add 3. So I have 7x is greater than -21. And then what am I going to do to both sides? Divide by what? 7. Good job. So x is greater than -3. So here's 0, here's -3. Open or close circle? Open. And which way is the arrow going towards? Right or left? Right. And there you go. Okay? Now we'll do these last 4, and then I'll do the when I get back, I'll do the word problems with you. Okay? We might get time to do them, but they're not that bad. All right, so what do we have to do first on this one? You got to do what? Distribute. Here's where a lot of you made your mistakes on the quiz. You did great right there, but what's a -3 times a -5? Positive 15. Now again, I like to do the variables first when I start moving, correct? So how am I going to get this? I like to get everything over here, all the x's over here. So what am I going to do to get -6x over here? Add 6x. Taking notes? You okay? Cancel. Oh, looky there. So all I have left is that, isn't it? Is that a true statement? Is 15 greater than 9? That is a true statement. So this one here would be all real numbers. And if you want to abbreviate ARN, I wouldn't say anything. ARN. And when you graph it, you just graph it like this. It's the whole number line. Okay, this one here, what do we have? On number 12, what do we have to do? First, distribute. So I have 4x minus 5 is less than 4x minus 6. Does that look right to you guys? Correct? Now, there's no more simplifying to do, is there? So now we're ready to solve. So I like to get my x's over here. So I subtract 4x first. And what do you notice that happens? Cancel. Is negative 5 less than negative 6? No, because negative 5 is to the right of negative 6 on the number line, right? So it should be bigger, isn't it? Correct? So that's a false statement, isn't it? False. So this one here is no solution. Therefore, you don't even graph it. Okay? Okay, so what do we have to do on 13? Distribute. So it gives me negative 8x plus 4 is less than negative 8x plus 4. So what are we going to do next here? What are we going to add 8x, right? Get the 8x's all on the left side. So I get 4 is less than 4. Is that a true statement? No, that is a false statement. So this one here would be no solution. Okay, what do we have to do on 14? Distribute. Does that look right to you guys? Okay, so I'm going to add 6x. X is cancel. Is negative 5 less than negative 3? Is that a true statement? Yes, that's a true statement. So this one here is all real numbers. I'm going to abbreviate. ARN. Okay, turn the page and we'll do one of those word problems too before we go. Is this making sense? Have you done this before? A little bit? Okay, good. Sean, you doing okay? Okay, Derek wants to order some roses online. For what number of roses is it less expensive to order from florist A from florist B? Okay, so florist A is $4.75 per rose plus $40 delivery fee. So florist A charges $40 to deliver plus $4.75 per blue rose. So we're going to let X be X equal number of roses, number of blue roses. I've never seen a blue rose before, so that's interesting. B, okay, it's $25 delivery fee plus $5.15 per red roses. So really I just should say number of roses, correct? Agreed? You say red roses, but they're both the same thing. So they want to know, Derek wants to order some roses online. for what number of rows is it less expensive to order from florist A from florist B? So 40 plus 4.75x, we want it to be less than the price of 25 plus $5.15x. So this is A and this is B. We want A to be less than, correct? Agreed? So what do I like to do? I like to get all my x's on one side. Cancel, cancel. 40 plus, what's that, 25? That's going to be minus, 0.35x. It's less than 25. Agreed? Check my math there, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Now what are we going to do? Subtract 40. So that gives me negative 0.35x is less than negative 15. Divide by negative 0.35. Everybody see where I'm at? I have to reverse the inequality. So in your calculator, take negative 15 divided by negative 0.35 and tell me what you get. X has to be greater than what, about 42.9, correct? So if you buy more than basically 43 roses, right? Correct? You can't buy 0.9 roses, agreed? So if you buy 43 roses, A will be less than. Let's check it just to see. Let's put in 43 roses in A and see what we get. So 40 plus 4.75 times 43, and I get $244.25 for A. Then I'm going to put in B, 25 plus 5.15 times 43, I get 246. So right at 43 roses, A will be cheaper than B. Let's put in 40 roses and see what happens. Just 40. 40 plus 4.75 times 40 equals $230, and then 25 plus 25 plus 5.15 times 40. Yeah, that works. Okay, so tomorrow you'll have that worksheet. You can do it tonight, or you can do it during class tomorrow, okay?